Maraming salamat. Thank you, Secretary Romulo. Vice President-elect and Mrs. Noli De Castro. Former President Fidel Ramos. Senate President and Mrs. Drilon and the members of the Senate. Speaker and Mrs. De Venecia and the members of the House of Representatives. Chief Justice and Mrs. Davide and the Associate Justices and other members of the Judiciary. Excellencies, the Special Envoys and members of the Diplomatic Corps. Members of the Cabinet and their ladies. Other appointed officials. Mayors of Metropolitan Manila. Governors and other local officials. The Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces and its men and women, as well as those of the police. Members of the various sectors of society, fellow workers in government, mga minamahal kong kababayan, mabuhay ang sambayanang Pilipino. Taos-pusong pasasalamat. Salamat sa inyo, mga minamahal kong kababayan, sa ating demokrasya, sa poong may kapal. This ceremony never fails to impress. It invests the highest official of the land with the chief care of the nation and the principal responsibility of leaving it better than when she took it in hand. Let me speak plainly. When I step down 6 years from now, this will be my 10-point legacy. I shall have created more than 6 million jobs. Perhaps even 10 million jobs. Mahigit 6 na milyong trabaho. Kung maaari, 10 milyong trabaho. I shall have supported 3 million entrepreneurs by giving them loans and helping them become good managers. That way, we shall be establishing a deep foundation for a broad middle class. I shall have developed 1 million hectares, if possible 2 million, of agribusiness land by making them productive and transporting their products to the markets efficiently. Everyone of school age will be in school, in an uncrowded classroom, in surroundings conducive to learning. Hangad kong makapasok sa eskwela ang bawat bata, may sapat na lugar sa silid-aralan at may computer sa bawat aralan. I shall have balanced the budget by collecting the right revenues and spending on the right things. The network of transport and digital infrastructure on which my government embarked in the last 3 years will have linked the entire country. Power and water will be regularly provided to all barangays. Kuryente at tubig para sa lahat ng barangay. Metro Manila will be decongested with economic activity growing and spreading to new centers of government, business, and community in Luzon, in the Visayas, and in Mindanao. The Subic-Clark Corridor will be the most competitive international service and logistics center in the Southeast Asian region. Elections. Elections will no longer raise a single doubt about their integrity. The electoral process will be completely computerized. Tama na ang mano-manong pagsusuma ng boto. And long before that, peace will have come to Mindanao. All insurgents shall have turned their swords into plowshares. They will have become so absorbed into one society that the struggles of the past will be just the stuff of legend. The divisive issues generated by EDSA 1, 2, and 3 will also be just memories shared by friends from every side in those upheavals. Only the lessons of unity and courage and a just closure left alive in their hearts. Dapat wakasan na sa makatarungan paraan ang hidwaang bunsod ng EDSA 1, 2, at 3. Higit ang nagbubuklod kaysa naghahati sa atin bilang isang bansa. Masiglang bayan tayo. Buhay ang demokrasya. Maalab ang puso ng sambayanan. Nasa pusod ng pagkatao natin ang sipag at tiyaga, pananampalataya sa Diyos at pagmamahal sa pamilya. Kilala ang Pilipino sa buong daigdig. Kilala sa matapat na asal, marangal na kalooban, matatag na pagkatao. We fight for what we believe in. The last election clearly saw this fighting Filipino spirit at its best. Rocco, Lacson, Villanueva, and Poe all fought with conviction. If only we could now fight together with the same energy and conviction to preserve our freedoms and advance our nation's progress. We know now what we can do when we set our minds to it. We know now how well we can unite the people around our respective causes. Can we not work together to rally the nation behind the paramount objective of its salvation? Upang magtagumpay at matamo ang ating pangarap, kailangan magbuklod-buklod tayo. Magbaba ng mga hadlang na naghahati sa ating bansa. Magtaguyod ng kabuhayan para sa maralita, katarungan para sa lahat. Yan ang saligan ng tunay na pagkakaisa. Our unity as a people will be defined by a strong vision for the nation, built on common values of hard work, shared sacrifice, and love of country. The unity we seek is not one of conformity, but unwavering respect for the rules and institutions of democracy. A modern country founded on social justice, enjoying economic prosperity. To achieve a united country, we need to face the deep divisions of our nation squarely, not only the truth, but also the solution. That solution must engage all segments of society in a new government of political reform and economic change. Our nation must embrace a vision of economic opportunity, social cohesion, and always and ever democratic faith. I offer my hand, and I hope it will be taken with the same faith. Unity is not measured by how many political parties are able to achieve the accommodation of narrow self-interests. Rather, it is achieved by the harmony of the sincere convictions based on our agreement on the basic requirements for achieving the national good. Hindi tayo hanay lamang na mga islang paligid ng tubig, kundi bayang pinagdurugtong ng karagatan at nagkakaisa sa mayamang katangian ng iba't ibang bahagi ng sambayanan. Hindi tayo pinaghihiwalay ng sawing pag-asa, kundi pinagbubuklod ng kaunlarang nating pinapangarap. Our ability to unify will be judged by our ability to come together under a common vision that will erase the divisions that hold us back as a nation. The government must make tough choices, but this I promise, they will be tougher on those who have it easy than on those who have it tough already. In this way alone lies unity and not exploitation and division. Dapat kalahok sa nilalayo ng bayan ang pag-asa at pangarap ng pinakadukhang mamamayan nang hindi tayo mabigong lahat. Immoral ang walang sawang pagtatamasa ng mayaman at makapangyarihan habang paunti ng paunti ang itinitira sa dukha. Immoral ang pagkamanhid at katiwalian ng pamahalaan samantalang kinakapos ang mahirap sa gamot, paaralan, tirahan at tubig. Immoral na pabayaan ang mga kaaway ng ating demokrasya na takutin ang ating mga anak, paralisahin ang ekonomiya at ipahamak ang ating kinabukasan dahil ang pinaka nahihirapan sa lahat ng ito ay ang mga maralita. Kaya narito ako ngayon. Taglay ang takda ng taong bayan upang pagbuklurin ang sambayanan at makibaka para sa bakong pukas para sa ating lahat. I come to you today with a mandate to govern by the clear call of the sovereign people. I pledge to bring you a pro-poor agenda that will lift up our poorest brothers and sisters, invest them with dignity, imbue them with hope. I pledge to you a government that will live within its means and put every spare peso to real work. I pledge to reduce spending where government doesn't work and increase spending where government can make a difference for better. And while I'm doing that, I will crack down on wasteful and abusive officials and influence peddlers. I pledge to collect taxes mandated by law even as I stop extortion masquerading as tax collection. Pay your taxes. Don't pretend to be innocent when you are caught. I will crack down on tax cheats. And I pledge to do everything necessary to expand their economy, engage it in the world of commerce, and advance the interests of our country and our people the world over. Ngunit para magawa kong lahat ng ito, kailangan ko kayo. Hindi ko magagawa ang lahat ng mag-isa. Kailangan ko ang bawat Pilipino upang magkaisa, makiisa, at isa-isang lunasan ang mga sugat ng kahapon. Kailangan ko ang bawat Pilipino upang lumakas ang sambayanan para sa mga hamon ng bukas. I challenge our business community to rise to the occasion and embrace selfless nationalism. Invest in our people and our country instead of giving excuses for keeping your money abroad when it cannot put our people to work. I challenge our young men and women. There's a role to play in the recreation of our nation. Some in honest public service, most in productive private endeavor. Whatever it is you decide to do, let the greater part of it be for our country. It is personal patriotism, not impersonal free markets, that makes nations strong and great. I look up to Congress to seize this moment in history. It's like will not come again. All eyes are on us. You have it within your power to transform the nation with laws that modernize our banking, laws that reform our bureaucracy, laws that strengthen the independence and honesty of our judges, laws that invest in our country and secure to our people the promised blessings of democracy, which are a life worth living, liberty worth having, happiness within everyone's grasp. Now is our time to march forward as one. I seek your wisdom, and I trust in your commitment to the common good through the swift actions you will take. And finally, I challenge myself and our government to live up to the highest standards of honesty and competence in the public service. Araw-araw, gigising ako at kakayod para sa inyo. Gagawin ko ang tama at magaling sa ikagagaling ng lahat at hindi bilang pagmamagaling. I shall make good and I shall do good for the good of all and not just for the cameras. Palibhasa, tapos na ang canvassing for public attention. Inaasahan kong babangon kayo araw-araw upang tiyakin na tutuparin ko ang aking tungkulin bilang pinuno ng walang pagkukubli. Gagamitin ko ang tungkulin ng Pangulo upang itaguyod ang katotohanan at katarungan. Iniaalay ko ang aking buhay at yaman sa pagtupad sa katungkulang inyong itinakda. Tupdin niyo ang inyong tungkulin. gagampanan ko ang akin. United, how can we lose? Together, we will prevail. Magsama-sama tayong magsikap. Magkasama tayong magtatagumpay. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.